Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my home here in Santa Monica, California. And I know I rarely do this point of view unless I'm doing a plant tour. So this is going to be very fun for me as well. And today's video is going to be a very casual how I take care of my plants in my studio and water them. I've been away from the collection for a week, and after yesterday's video I was sharing with you how I took care of the patio. I thought it'd be fun to follow up with how I take care of the plants in the studio. And stay tuned. Over the next 3 weeks while I'm out of the country, you'll get a video on the main channel Tuesday, Thursday, and you'll still get vlogs on Saturday and Sunday. So next week Tuesday you will see how I water all of my plants in my bathroom, and that will give you a general idea of how I do my watering routine. And if you watch my plant tour, you know that the plant babies in the front of my home rarely require much of anything, so they might get watered maybe 2 to 3 times a month, if that. But it's been raining a lot, so I'm not gonna water them this week, and maybe my grandma can water them next week while I'm out of the country. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's just very casual. I have about 45 minutes until I have to leave the house to meet my best friend Diana for lunch in Venice. So I'm just gonna take you through on how I water the plants. And for the most part, the bigger house plants will come outside to my patio and they'll get watered with the hose with the rest of the house plants in the patio. But in today's video, they're just gonna stay where they are, and I'm gonna go to them. And I'll go back after I'm done watering the whole collection in the studio and miss the ones that do need misting, which is the house plants. So very casual video. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. So I'm stepping out of the frame before we take you through the studio to water the plants. So as you can see, I do have one window that brings natural lighting on the right, which is like my kitchen area, and the window right above my bedroom doesn't get any sunlight at all. So it's very unfortunate. That big tree does cause a lot of problems and doesn't bring a lot of natural sunlight into my space. So I do make use of whatever sunlight I have. I have one big plant stand that is very close to the window with a grow light, and I just have that one grow light in my studio. So I'm gonna just take you from left to right and we're gonna water all of the plant babies. Enjoy. Welcome to my living room section of my studio, and I don't have much of any kind of light here. I do have one hanger here, and I eventually will put a plant there, but today there's nothing hanging there. I do have 2 big house plants here, part of George behind my love seat and one of my spider plants. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in and water them, and Ebby's here sleeping on my love seat. Now I'm not gonna give too much water to George because it did rain, but I do want to give him something. And then as far as for my spider plant, this definitely gets watered once a week. I see a lot of new growth, so that takes care of them. This section, the plants kind of rotate. I have currently 3 house plants here. Sometime I might have maybe 6 to 8 plants here, but right now I have 3 and they're all house plants, so I'm gonna give them some water. My Prince of Orange is doing good. It did rain, so it does have water, so I don't want to give it too much, and it's probably not going to get water for another week. And my silver satin pothos is doing really good. And then this is one of my philodendrons. I will do a collective video soon. Coffee table, there's 2 plants. I have my epidendrum orchid and leca balls, and I do have one of my sansevieras here. I like to try to rotate like a really small house plant here, but for now I have my sansevieria and I like having it here. And then the rest of my plants are on this side of the bed. Cool house plants in this section, and I'm gonna water all of them because I don't think they got hit by the rain. So I have my variegated monsteras here, and I love them a lot. And if you guys watch my pot of fame, you've probably seen that my Thai constellations have gave me new growth, and I think I'm gonna skip out on watering my silver sword because it got rain on it, and I do have a moisture meter, so I can always use that. But this section is taking care of my bed, and as you can see, it's still kind of chilly at night, so my grandma's electric blanket is in my covers. The plants here is a mixture of everything: cacti, houseplants, and succulents. And I'm just gonna water them all because my cacti and succulents haven't had water in a minute. So I'm just gonna go through them. I have one plant here doing really good in leca balls, and it'll get some water as well. For this section, I will rotate them because for the most part, these plants stay here full time. When I do go to Las Vegas, they just stay here, versus the houseplants in my living room section, they go outside and get natural sunlighting, so I don't have to rotate them. But these guys, I will rotate. It's like the perfect time for me to like go through the plant and prune off any section of the plant that's not doing really good. And if there's any problems with the plant, I can catch them, and I will wipe down my shelf once I am done. So my Bigfoot likes to hug the plant next door to him. This shelf does get great lighting, so the plants in the front of my bed do really, really well. Okay. Too much in this guy. Rotate him that way. And my cool Ripsalis will get a little water, and then I'll rotate him. See what's going on in the second row. And if I feel like I'm not too sure if I should water them or not, I can grab my moisture meter. But I know they haven't gotten water in a while, so. And for the Leca balls, I like to have like no more than an inch of water. And as you can see, this guy needs to rotate. So we're gonna face you backwards, and then let's see it shift towards the sun. And my Ripsalis here, I've talked about it. This guy is a problem child, so he won't get much of water of anything because I don't want to water him too much. But my Ripsalis down here is gonna get some water, and my Sansevieras, my Haworthia, Ripsalis, and Sansevieria will get water. So not too much of anything. And then let's rotate them. Shall electric blanket. And that guy can stay just. So now we're on the right side of my bed, and this is a fairly new section. For the most part, the plants are doing good here, except for my lipstick plant, which I was trying to save. So I think I might take this back outside and put another plant here. But these plants don't move at all when I do travel, and I think they're doing great. So I'm just gonna go through the plants and water them. I have a few cuttings that are living in my propagation station, and I think I might, if anything, just top them off with a little water. But besides that, I think they're good. So what am I gonna do with you, lipstick plant? The cuttings here are doing good, like these two, but the rest, I don't know. But I mean, it already looked like that when I had tried to save it when it was in soil, so we'll see. But these guys are all taken care of, and let's move on to another section. Welcome to my original plant gang in my studio. These kind of rotate, but for the most part, this philodendron does stay here. I have a few ferns, a peperomia, a snake plant, and yeah, it's just a bunch of different things. And I'm just gonna water all of them because I don't think they got water anytime recently. Now in this whole section, this philodendron does go outside when I travel, and the rest stays here. And I want to say they're okay with that. I would like to have these ferns, if anything, by my other ferns next to my water fountain outside, but it's okay. I think they are happy here. I'm not going to water this red emerald. It's in Leca balls because there's already enough water in there. I have two hanging plants here, and I have one more opening for another one, but currently I don't have anything. My Sansevieria, I rarely water this guy up here. I did water him before I left, so he won't get watering this time. And this neon baby will get some water, and I love seeing him here. So I do see one leaf that I would like to prune off, that's browning, but for the most part this plant is pretty happy here. And I really love this long trail, so everybody's good in this section. So this is one of my favorite sections in my home, and this shelf has been with me for a while. As you can see, there's a lot going on right now. It's normally not this packed, but I do have a bunch of cuttings from subscribers and from plant friends that I have here propagating either water or Leca ball setup. So as you can see, I have one grow light stool here. This is how I water my plants. And for the most part, all of these plants stay here even when I'm traveling. So it's very convenient to have this plant stand right by the window, and I have my grow light for my plant babies. I do have my pothos and joy here, just a little bit, and I have my Hoya. She seems to be pretty happy, and I'll water my silver satin pothos in a second. This section here doesn't need any watering. And also shout out to one of my subscribers, Alicia, and she sent me some plant cuttings in the mail. I didn't share it on the channel because I opened it up in the middle of the night when I got back from Las Vegas. So I have that there, and just a bunch of cool plant cuttings from subscribers and plant friends. I do have 2 plants here that does need watering, my original Pilea peperomioides and my variegated Hoya compacta. A bunch of my subscribers had purchased rooted cuttings off of that mother plant, so that's pretty cool. And I have a few other things. I have a Hoya and another cutting from a subscriber in leca balls and water, so I'm not going to touch that. This section here, all of these are cuttings from subscribers and plant friends, and I do have one of my original peperomias here in leca, so I'm not gonna touch anything in this section. They look pretty happy. I might have to prune off a leaf or 2 of my monstera cutting that I got from my subscriber, but other than that, everything here is good. I'm not gonna touch it. And shout out to my mom for these cute house slippers. She got them for me, I think, last year. My mom and my grandma likes buying me slippers. Section here, I have a bunch of different things. I have leca balls, and I have one in soil. This is part of my big Hoya compacta outside. This section fell off. It's doing really good. And I'm not gonna touch anything back here, but I will put some water for this Marble Queen pothos, and the water will actually sit in the tray, and for whatever reason it's doing really good, so I'm just gonna leave it as that. And now on the bottom section, I have 2 plants in leca, my variegated trailing jade that I got from my subscriber Jewelyn, and it's actually getting rooted in leca, so that's pretty good. And I have these peperomia cuttings from my plant friend Carrie that's been living in leca full time, and I have my Sansevieria starfish from my other subscriber, and I'm actually gonna turn it this way. So that's everything on this shelf. Okay, this section is pretty hard to film because of my window, but I do have one house plant here, and I'm gonna water this neon heartleaf philodendron. I have a ficus here that's doing really good, and my senecio, my wax ivy. And then here, this section, I have ripsalises, and I haven't watered them in a while, so they're gonna get a little bit of water. And I have this guy here from my subscriber Cassie, doing really good. And then up here, I have a mixture of a bunch of different things. I have my ripsalis. I also have my Hoya linearis, so this one I will soak. And I just literally just dump it in water, and then I'll do that in a second. This section up here on my baker's rack, I have a bunch of different things. I have a Pilea peperomioides baby. I have my Mycans here, which I converted to leca, trying to survive, looking crazy. I have the plant baby that my subscriber Cassie gave me, and this is a philodendron. And then I have my beautiful ripsalis, and all of them are gonna get water. So I do put the shade over the baker's rack so I can get natural lighting this whole section, so these plants don't move at all. So now that all of my plant babies are taken care of, I'm gonna go backwards and see who needs misting. So in this section, I do want to give a misting to my heartleaf philodendron. I'll mist this a little bit. My ripsalises don't need anything. Up here, I'm going to mist my philodendron and my Pilea. And that is everybody in this section for misting. For satin pothos, linearis, not so much, but my pothos and joy, yes. And then up here, my big original heartleaf philodendron. And then I'll pitch it on the other side. This section is good. Let's do this Pilea. I can skip my Hoya here. Here, I'm just going to mist my Marble Queen pothos and my painted ladies. My long, beautiful trails on this side. Pretty looks pretty. I'm gonna go back here and mist my second heartleaf philodendron and my Tridescantia. The rest is good. Here, I'm going to mist my beautiful philodendron panda, one of my favorites. I might propagate this plant in the future, maybe sometime this week, and then we'll see what it looks like when I come back. I like to propagate from my plants when I'm taking a big trip and then see what I come home to, and then I'll do my neon pothos. Down here, I definitely want to go ahead and mist my ferns, my holly fern and my fishtail fern, bird's nest. I'm going to mist my Bigfoot, and then I'm going to mist my marble pink pothos. Everybody else is good. All of these plant babies here will get misting. There's a lot of new growth in my silver sword. Super cool. I like being outside while I was away. Who's happy here? Yes, my Prince of Orange, silver satin pothos, and my philodendron. And this my spider plant. I try to get all of the babies. Oh, such a cool plant. Love this guy. And then we'll do George back here. You always have one plant here by my entrance of my door because it does get nice lighting from my patio. And this is one of my newest babies. And I'm not going to water it because it got rained on, so it's just going to get misting. And I think we're good. Alright you guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and watering my plants and just seeing what's currently living in my studio. Some of my bigger house plants do rotate from time to time. And again, the bigger house plants do go outside when I am away out of town. So I don't rotate them as far as for turning them. But the plants in front of my bed, I do like to rotate them because they do stay there full time. And as far as for my propagation stations up on my wall, I'm not doing anything for them in today's video because they don't need any more water. But for the most part, this is kind of the general plant care of how I take care of the plants in my studio. I definitely have a watering can. I have a bunch of them. This one works well for my studio because it's small and it's very precise. And I have a bunch of misting bottles, and this is like my original one. And I think I got this maybe from like the 99-cent store several years ago, and it still does the job. But I got a bunch from Daiso and a bunch of watering cans that are really, really big that I probably would use in the patio of that. And then if I'm not too sure if I should do anything for my plant, then I use my moisture meters. So I do have something about the 3-way moisture meter, and I do have these in my Amazon store, so go ahead and check it out. It's in my description box, my affiliated link. You can see moisture, light, and pH on this, so I really love that a lot. So I will use these if I feel like I'm not too sure about what I should do for them. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Very casual, follow along, hang out with me on taking care of my plants in my studio. And stay tuned for next week's Tuesday's video. I will film probably tomorrow that video on how I water all of my plants in my bathroom. And they do all get watered in there, so none of them come out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, let me know down in the comments below. I've never done this for my channel before, and I know a bunch of you guys were curious on my watering routine. But if you want to call this a watering routine, then this is my studio watering routine. And this is something that I do at least once a week. And generally I just look at my plants every day and just kind of see like, okay, is this plant doing good, not doing good? What should I do for it? Should I move it? Should I maybe put it back into the greenhouse if it's not happy? And that's kind of how I maintain my collection of 500 plus plants. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you're new, welcome. Subscribe to the channel. Between the main channel and the vlog channel, Monday to Friday you get a video on the main channel. Saturday and Sunday you will see me on the vlog channel. So if you haven't, subscribe to the vlog channel. You get to see a behind the scenes of what it's like to take care of my plants when I'm not filming for the main channel, and all of my fun adventures. And currently over the next 2 weekends you will see 4 parts of Vlogmas. So you'll see everything that I did in the month of December, and then following that, the 3rd weekend from now, you will see everything that I did in January. Once all of that is done on the vlog channel, you will see my Travel with Jewelyn series for the Middle East. I'm heading to Lebanon, Jordan, and back to Egypt in just a few days. So today is currently Wednesday and I'm leaving on Sunday. So I'm gearing up for that. And I look forward to sharing some cool content for both of the channels. I do plan on filming definitely in Beirut, so I'm excited to share plant life there. If you guys enjoyed hanging out with me and just casually going through the collection in the studio and watering them, stay tuned again for next week Tuesday's video, where you will see how I take care of all of the plants in the bathroom. And I think this is going to give you just a general idea on how I take care of my collections in section as far as for watering. And meet me on the vlog channel over the next 2 days. On Saturday and Sunday you will see Vlogmas part 1 and 2. I will see you guys soon. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.